Greetings and welcome everybody to a new video about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. So today in this video, I'm going to show you 40 features and give you some tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. Now before we begin, if you like my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then press on that bell icon so that you can get notifications to my latest uploads. Alright, so let's begin. So guys, the first feature I'm going to show you is on the lock screen, and this feature is new to the Samsung Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. So I'll keep my finger on the fingerprint scanner and I get two options. I get Google Chrome and Instagram, and I can bring my thumb over here and launch the app right away from the lock screen. So once again, put my phone to sleep, I'll wake the screen up, I'll place my thumb on the fingerprint scanner, and if I move my thumb on the app shortcut, the app will launch right away from the lock screen. So now let me show you how you can enable this on your own Samsung Galaxy Note. So first, drop down the notification panel, tap on that gear icon, scroll down here to lock screen, scroll all the way down and tap on app shortcuts. Now by default, it will be set to bottom corners. So you'll have two icons at the bottom of the screen, just like this. Let's unlock. Now you want to have this option set to floating button. And by the way, for floating button to work, you will need to set up your fingerprint scanner. So first, make sure that you have your fingerprint unlock set up and then turn on floating button. Now from over here, you can change which shortcut appear on the left and the right. For my left shortcut, I have set Google Chrome, and on the right, I have set Instagram. And I can reassign this to maybe launch the gallery. And on the right shortcut, I can assign this to launch Play Store. So watch what happens now. Onto the right, we have the Google Play Store, and onto the left, we have the gallery. I can just bring my thumb over here and the app will launch right away from the lock screen. Everybody loves good high resolution wallpapers, right? The Note 10 Plus has a new feature called dynamic lock screen. So watch what happens when I put my phone to sleep. I'll wake it up. There's a wallpaper. If I put my phone back to sleep, and then if I wake it up, there's a brand new wallpaper waiting for me, and these wallpapers are super high resolution. And watch what happens when I slide my finger to the left. I can see a set of brand new wallpapers. So this is the dynamic lock screen. This feature is new to the Note 10 Plus, and I recommend that you go ahead and enable this. So let me show you what you should do to enable dynamic lock screen. So unlock your phone, drop down the notification panel, tap on that gear icon, scroll down here and then tap on lock screen. Scroll all the way down and then tap on dynamic lock screen. First turn it on from over here. Now inside the dynamic lock screen settings, you have a set of categories. I have set this to life. You have some pets. And by the way, these wallpapers will be updated every 2 weeks. You need to enable that. Press on these three dots, tap on settings, and make sure update fresh packs is turned on. And Samsung will update these wallpapers every 2 weeks so that you have a fresh set of lock screen wallpapers ready for you every 2 weeks. And I think this is a fantastic feature. Love the gorgeous display of the Note 10 Plus. Man, look at this. Beautiful. So make sure you turn dynamic lock screen on and you will get a new wallpaper every time you unlock your phone. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus comes with a feature called wireless power share. Now what wireless power share does is that it effectively turns your phone into a wireless charging power bank. And this allows you to share some charge wirelessly from your phone with other QI wireless charging enabled devices, such as Galaxy Buds and this Galaxy Watch. You can also charge up other phones. And wireless power share is how I have been charging my Galaxy Watch. I have never used the included charger which came with the watch. Now here's the tip. When you charge up these devices using wireless power share, just have your phone plugged in into the charger. And when you plug in your phone into the power and then use wireless power share, the wireless power share feature will use the power that is coming in from the charger so that your battery does not get depleted. So take a look at this. Now I can charge the phone and the watch simultaneously. And there you have it. The phone and the watch are charging together. And this way you can charge up your phone and your watch together simultaneously. Unlike the previous Galaxy Note, Samsung got rid of the dedicated power button on the right side of the phone. So this is the previous Note. We have the power button on the right side. This is Note 10 Plus, and you can see there is no power button on its side. And the Bixby button now is the power button, and this sort of creates a problem because when you long press this button, it kind of launches Bixby, which is kind of annoying because I want this button to function as a power button. So what do you do if you want to restart or turn your phone off? Well, there are two ways. You can press and hold the Bixby button and volume down button together, and that will open up the power menu. And the second way is by dropping down the notification panel, and here you can see this little power button. Now here's a tip: if you don't want the Bixby button to launch Bixby and if you want to see this menu instead, tap on this side key setting and then change this setting to power off menu instead of wake Bixby. Now when you press and hold the power button, it opens up the proper power menu instead of Bixby. So this kind of brings back the traditional power key functionality. Very useful. Do you guys know you can go ahead and further customize the Bixby/power button? So right now if I double press on the button, it will launch the camera, and this is the default behavior. Now you can change this to launch whichever app you want. So let's go back. So first off, let's open up the power menu and then tap on side key setting. So over here in the double press option, you want to select the third one which says open app, and then tap on this gear icon and select whichever app you want. I have already selected Instagram, so let me just demonstrate. And there you have it. It opens up Instagram, and once again you can customize this to whichever app you want. For example, let's launch Chrome, and there you go, it launches Google Chrome. So this Bixby/power button side key is capable of performing a lot of functions. So make sure you use all these tips to customize your experience. Now I kind of prefer having it on quick launch camera because it's just easier to launch the camera by double pressing the Bixby button. Oh, and quick bonus tip for the camera: if you go to settings and scroll down here to the part which says shooting methods and press on this first option, use volume key 2, and you set this to take picture or record a video. Now whenever you press the volume button, the camera will take a picture, so you can use the volume keys as a dedicated shutter button. So look at this, now I can launch the camera by double pressing the side key, and I can use the volume up or down buttons to take a picture. So I don't even have to touch the screen in order to take a picture on the phone. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus has an ultra wide angle camera and a 2x telephoto camera. Now you can use these cameras in the built-in camera app by pressing these three buttons. So this is the ultra wide angle camera, wide camera, and the 2x telephoto camera. Now these three cameras work fine in the built-in camera app of your phone, but what if you want to use the ultra wide angle camera in Instagram stories? So if you go over here, there is no option over here in Instagram that will allow me to use the ultra wide angle camera, and when you zoom in, it actually crops the image from the main camera sensor, and it's not making use of the 2x telephoto camera. But fortunately for us, in the default camera app there is something called Instagram mode, and you can find it over here. Now this Instagram mode in the camera app will allow you to use all three cameras to record videos or take a picture for Instagram stories. So check this out, I can use the ultra wide angle camera and take a photo, and it will prompt me to upload this photo to my Instagram story. So this is a very useful feature, and also this Instagram mode gives you better quality pictures because the processing is better in the default camera app of your phone. And yes, you can also use the 2x zoom camera, and if you want to record a video, just press and hold this button and the app will record a video, and once you release it, it will prompt you to upload the video to Instagram story. Now for my next step, we will have to switch to video mode. If you find that your videos are not stable enough, the Note 10 Plus has a new feature called Super Steady. So it's right over here, see that hand icon? Press on this and a feature called Super Steady will turn on. Now Super Steady makes use of the ultra wide angle camera, and it kind of adds an additional layer of video stabilization, and as you can see from this little clip, your videos will be a lot more stable. So if you do have difficulties in keeping your hand still, make sure that you turn on Super Steady, and that will give you less shaky videos. If the display of your phone keeps turning off whenever you are doing something important, say for example if you are reading an article on the internet and the screen kind of keeps turning off after every minute or two, then you might want to turn on a feature called Smart Stay. Drop down the notification panel, tap on this gear icon, Scroll down here to advanced features. Scroll down here and tap on motion and gestures. Over here we have a feature called Smart Stay. Now what Smart Stay does is that it will keep the screen turned on when you are looking at the phone. It kind of uses the front facing camera to detect your face. So turn this feature on. I think this is a very useful feature. You don't need to change your screen timeout. You just need to turn this feature on, and when you are looking at the phone and using it, the screen will stay on. If you have used a Samsung phone in the past, there is something called edge screen lighting. Now edge screen lighting is a fancy way of receiving notifications on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. It kind of lights up the edges of the screen when the screen is turned off, or even when it's switched on if you enable a setting. Now by default, edge screen lighting is set to a basic pattern and it works only for text messages. So here's a tip: if you want edge screen lighting to work for more apps, follow these instructions. So first off, drop down the notification panel and tap on this gear icon, then tap on display, scroll down here to edge screen, then tap on edge lighting. Now first thing I want you guys to do is tap on edge lighting style. Now by default it's set to basic and you can barely see it. So now tap on effect and select the effect that you like. So I have just dimmed the light so you guys can see better. So this is the bubble effect. See those bubbles? So let's go back. This is the multicolor effect. You can change colors if you like. This is the glow effect. And finally my favorite, the glitter effect. This one looks really cool. And the second thing you want to do is go to width and change it to wide, and now you have a nice thick edge screen lighting. And also you might want to change the duration from short to long, because long duration is okay, short is way too short. So now I think it's okay. Let's tap on done, and now tap on manage notifications. Tap over here and turn on edge screen lighting for whichever app you want the edge screen lighting to work. I want edge screen lighting to work in WhatsApp, and then I also want this to work in Instagram. It kind of looks cool. Okay, to demonstrate this, I'm gonna put the phone to sleep and I'm gonna send myself a text message on WhatsApp, and you guys will see edge screen lighting. So here we go, and there you have it. Edge screen lighting is now working and it's properly configured. And yes, I do admit edge screen lighting looks really cool. Samsung Galaxy phones have a feature that allows the apps to run in a little window just like they would on a Windows PC. So let me go ahead and demonstrate this. So let's fire up a few apps. For example, let's open up WhatsApp. Now press on this button over here, the recents key, and then tap on this icon over here, and then tap on open in pop-up view. And as you can see, this opens up apps in a little window like this, and you can do this for multiple apps. And press again, and for example I can also open Chrome in a little pop-up window like this, and this will allow me to work on two apps simultaneously. Now here's a tip that you guys will absolutely love. You can use this pop-up view feature to run YouTube videos in background, because YouTube does not allow videos to run in the background by default, and you can sort of use this pop-up view / multi-window feature to kind of trick the YouTube app into thinking it's being actively used. So once again, let's go minimize these apps. Press this button to minimize, and they get minimized right over here. Now let's fire up YouTube and let's play a video. So for example, a video is playing. So now let's take a look at press the recent button and then tap on this icon and tap on open in pop-up view. Now as you can see, YouTube is running in a little pop-up window, and I can resize this if I want, but I'm gonna do this. Play the video and just minimize it over here and start texting or browsing the web. So this is true multitasking on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and you can use this feature to use the power of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus to its full extent. And you can see there are no lags at all. Everything is working fine. And this is great guys, because this will allow me to listen to my favorite music videos on YouTube, and I can also work on my phone. I can text my friends, or I can browse the web while the YouTube video is still playing in the background over there. If you want to close this, just press the cross icon and it goes away. If you want to maximize, press this button and the app goes full screen. And I'm going to do the same for this app, and then if I want, I can just close these all together. So this feature allows you to use the phone's capabilities to its maximum. After all, we have 12 gigabytes of RAM on the Note 10 Plus. So that was pop-up view. The next feature I'm going to talk about is called Smart Pop-up View. Now, Smart Pop-up View is used to display notifications on your home screen in a little bubble over here. So without wasting any time, let's go to Settings and enable Smart Pop-up View, and I'll show you how it looks like. So drop down the notification panel, press on that gear icon, scroll down here to Advanced Features, and then tap on Smart Pop-up View. Now from over here, select the applications for which you want the Smart Pop-up View to work. I want Smart Pop-up View to work for WhatsApp, so I'll just enable it. Okay, to demonstrate Smart Pop-up View, I'm gonna send myself a message on this phone on WhatsApp and watch what happens. Can you see that little bubble? And I can move this bubble around, and if I tap on this, it opens up WhatsApp in a little window like this. And I can go ahead and text my friend, and then I can just minimize the app, and here we are. So this is a very powerful advanced multitasking feature on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And to dismiss this, long press and remove, and it's gone. But if you don't like this feature and if you want to disable this, go to Settings, scroll down here to Advanced Features, tap on Smart Pop-up View, and just turn this feature off. But I kind of do prefer having this feature enabled because it just makes texting a lot more easier. Now unfortunately, the new Samsung Note 10 Plus does not have a notification LED, so you kind of have to always rely on the always on display to show you notifications. So I'm gonna give you some tips and show you around always on display. So before we unlock the phone, if you double tap on the always on display, you have the brightness control right over here. So if you want to change some settings in the always on display, drop down the notification panel, press on that gear icon, scroll down here, tap on lock screen, and then tap on always on display. Now when you start using your phone, by default this option will be set to tap to show. I have set this option to show always because the Note 10 Plus does not have a notification LED, and it's always nice to know if you have some notifications or not. So that's why I have set this to show always, but it does consume a little bit more battery power, so you might want to set it to show as scheduled. And over here you can specify the time when the always on display should be active. 7 AM to 12 AM is perfectly fine. Then the first option is tap to show. That means you have to tap on the screen once, and then the always on display will be turned on for 10 seconds. I think this is a fantastic option if you can live without seeing the notifications, and it does save you a lot of battery power when you set it to tap to show. Now if you want a more colorful clock in the always on display, go ahead and change this setting. So let's go back and then tap on clock style. Now you must have always on display enabled for this clock style to show always on display. If you don't have it enabled, it will go directly to your lock screen clock. So do make sure that you turn this option on first, then tap on clock style, and then tap on always on display. So over here you have a ton of customization features. You have different style of clocks. You can also set an analog clock if you like. Then you can also change the color by tapping over here. I kind of like to have this rainbow effect because it's the Aura Glow Samsung Note 10 Plus. Just tap on done, and that's it. Now if you want more clock styles for the always on display, here's a tip. Go back to home screen, long press on the home screen, then tap on themes. And over here tap on always on display, then tap on top, and then select free. So these are all the free clock styles for the always on display. Select this one, tap on download, and just tap on apply, clock and image, done. So check this out. Now we have a different style always on display. Now let's go back and then tap on face widgets. Turn on music and weather. The music option gives you music player controls on the always on display, and weather will show you the weather information of your city. So let's play a song and put the phone to sleep and wait for the always on display, and you can see it is showing me the name of the song. And double tap over here and scroll like this. We have the music player controls over here, play or pause, and then if I scroll again, you can see the weather information is also there on the always on display. Whenever you take a screenshot on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone it kind of sends you a notification in the notification panel that a screenshot has been taken. Now the thing is, we already know that a screenshot has been taken. We don't want to see this notification over here because this is an extra step. I have to drop down the notification panel and then dismiss the notification. So what we want to do is disable notification just for the screenshot. So once again, take a screenshot, drop down the notification panel and long press on this notification. Then it will show you this little button. Just turn it off and then press save. Now when you take a screenshot, there are no notifications in the notification panel, and you can see all the screenshots have been saved in the gallery. So no need of getting that notification in the notification panel. It just decreases an extra step of dismissing that notification. But how do you re-enable that notification? Well, drop down the notification panel, press on that gear icon, scroll down here to the part which says apps, then tap on these three dots, then tap on show system apps. Over here we are looking for an app which says Samsung Capture. So just search Capture and it will pop up right over here. Tap over here, tap on notifications and turn on Samsung Capture. And that's it. Again, if we take a screenshot, we will now see the notification in the notification panel. So this is how you disable and re-enable the screenshot notification. But I'm gonna keep it disabled because this saves an extra step of dropping down the notification panel and then dismissing the notification. Have you guys ever accidentally deleted pictures and videos from the gallery? Because when you delete pictures or videos from the gallery, they kind of get deleted permanently. If I press on delete, it's gone forever. Now here's a tip. There's a feature on here called Recycle Bin, and once you enable Recycle Bin, the pictures and videos that are deleted from the gallery kind of go into the Recycle Bin and they stay there for 15 days and then they get deleted permanently. So press on these three dots, tap on Recycle Bin and then turn on Recycle Bin. And as you can see, any images or videos that you delete will stay here for 15 days before they're deleted forever. And this gives you a chance to restore your pictures or your videos that you have deleted accidentally. So if I delete these 4 photos, they will go to Recycle Bin instead of getting deleted permanently. Again, I can tap on these 3 dots, tap on Recycle Bin, and from over here I can just select these images and I can choose to restore them or I can choose to delete them. In my case, I'm gonna restore them because I want these images to be there on my phone. So I think this is a very useful feature in the gallery, and I think you guys should turn it on so that you don't delete something permanently from the gallery of your smartphone. Now what do you do if you want to select multiple images in bulk? I think most people will select them individually like this, but you don't have to do that. You can just long press on a single image and then you can go like this in order to select multiple images. You can also go one by one to deselect, and you can also repeat this process, and this way you'll save a lot of time while selecting multiple images. And then you can just delete them, share them, do whatever you want. So this is a quick way of selecting and deselecting multiple images quickly on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. Now here's a tip for you guys. If you want to hide some pictures in your gallery, tap on albums, tap on these 3 dots and then select hide or unhide albums. Now over here you can hide certain pictures from your gallery. For example, I have hidden WhatsApp images, WhatsApp animated GIFs, just because this creates a lot of clutter. So I have hidden these 2, and then if you want you can go ahead and hide other photos like the Instagram photos. Then this is a photo folder in the SD card. I can also hide that, hide Snapseed, videos, and can also hide InShot. Unfortunately, you cannot hide the screenshots and the camera photos, but rest of the photos can be hidden. So now take a look. There are very few photos present in the gallery. Now unfortunately this is not password protected, but still it kind of gives you a little bit of room to hide your photos from your nosy friends. I think most of you guys will know that the S Pen of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus now supports air action gestures. That means you can wave your S Pen in the air like a wand and it performs certain functions on the phone. For example, you can use this feature to switch between different camera modes like this, or you can switch to the front facing camera just by waving your S Pen in the air like a wand. And by the way, you have to press the button and then do this gesture. Now this is not limited to the camera. You can also use these air command gestures in the music player. Now in my previous video about the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, Someone actually asked, can you use the S Pen air command gestures when the screen is turned off? Well, yes, absolutely you can. So I'll just put the phone to sleep and I can just use the S Pen to control the music player. So I can pause the song. Okay, so the volume is too low, so I'm gonna increase the volume. You can see I'm not pressing any buttons. I'm just using the S Pen to control everything on the music player. And I can also change the song. Again, I can pause it, I can play it, decrease the volume. So yes, you can use the S Pen air command gestures even when the screen is turned off. And this will be very useful because you can leave the phone charging and then just use the S Pen to control your music player and just go through your playlist. If you have kids who play video games on your phone, sometimes what will happen is that they will relocate these icons and the widgets on the home screen. Because it is very easy to relocate these icons and widgets. You just have to press on them for a microsecond, and if you do this, they will get relocated to another home screen on your phone. Now we want to prevent this, so here's a tip. Long press on the home screen, tap on home screen settings, and then turn the setting on which says lock screen layout. Now what will happen is you will not be able to relocate these icons and the widgets. So this is a very useful feature because this will prevent your kids from relocating all these icons on the home screen. Now since we are already talking about the home screen, let me show you a feature that will allow you to hide certain applications from the app drawer on your phone. So long press on the home screen, tap on home screen settings, scroll down here and tap on hide apps. Now from over here you can hide certain apps in the app drawer, and this is very useful to hide games from little kids. So for example, I want to hide Bixby, I want to hide 3D scanner, and then I'm gonna hide Samsung Shop, I'm gonna hide Samsung Global Goals because these are just bloatware on the phone, and I'm gonna hide these two, and that's it. I'm gonna tap on apply and these apps will not show up over here in the app drawer. So again, you can use this feature for many reasons. You might want to hide certain apps from your friends or your family, or you might want to hide games from little kids, because whenever you meet a little kid, the first question they ask is, what all games do you have on your phone? So you can just hide all your games over here, and then after that you can tell them that you don't have any games on your smartphone. Very convenient. Do you have nosy friends who borrow your phone to maybe click a selfie? Or they might want to browse the internet, but they are kind of malicious and they minimize the app and they start browsing your personal content like your personal messages. They start browsing your gallery. So we want to prevent that. So here's a tip. Go ahead and enable window pinning so that your friends cannot exit that particular app, and that will prevent them from accessing your personal stuff on your smartphone. Now before we enable pin windows, I am already assuming that you have a pin unlock setup on your phone. If you don't, go ahead and do this. Drop down the notification panel, tap on settings, tap on lock screen, and then tap on screen lock type. If you don't have a pin unlock setup, you will not see this screen. Tap on next and make sure that you have a pin unlock setup before you enable this feature. So now let's go back and then tap on biometrics and security. Over here, tap on other security settings, then scroll all the way down and then tap on pin windows and turn this feature on, and make sure you turn on ask pin before unpinning, otherwise anyone can unpin your apps. Now when you give your phone to your friends, for example if they want to click a selfie, launch the camera and then press this recent key. Now over here, tap the camera icon and then tap on pin this app, and if you want to unpin you just need to press these two, but just press on OK, and now the camera is pinned to the screen and you won't be able to exit this. See, you need to unpin the app to exit this, and this will prevent your friends from accessing your personal messages in WhatsApp application and check out all your personal albums in the gallery. They can still access your camera photos, but they will not be able to access all the other albums. If you want to unpin, press on these two buttons, and now the phone will ask for a pin unlock or your fingerprint. So I'm going to enter my pin. Okay. Now I can exit the camera application, and this will apply to every app on your smartphone. For example, if I launch the web browser, press the recent key, tap on the Chrome icon, then tap on Pin this app. Now your friend will not be able to exit the web browser. You can see you cannot drop the notification panel. So this is an awesome security feature. I think everyone should enable it if you have nosy friends who like to check out all your personal stuff. Navigation gestures is another feature that you should absolutely turn on your brand new Note 10 Plus. Now what navigation gestures does is that it hides the navigation bar at the bottom of your screen. So you'll have slightly more screen real estate because this navigation bar is always there and the applications can't really make use of the full display of the Note 10 Plus. So when I open up the keyboard, you see this space at the bottom is being wasted. Now navigation gestures will hide this navigation bar and replace it with gestures. So you have to swipe up to go back, swipe up for home, and swipe up for recents. Let's go ahead and enable this feature and I will show you how much better it is with the navigation bar not being there. So first off, drop down the notification panel, tap on the gear icon, then tap on display. Scroll down here to the part which says navigation bar and select the second option which says full screen gestures. Now as soon as I select this option, the navigation bar will disappear. And bam, the navigation bar is now gone. But the navigation bar has been replaced by these three lines and these are gesture hints. It kind of shows you where you have to swipe up to go back, recents, and home. So once you have learned where the gesture buttons are, I recommend that you turn this off. So let's go back to navigation gestures and turn off gesture hints. It takes a few minutes to get used to, but trust me, it's much better with the gesture hints turned off. So now you have a more immersive full screen experience, and as you can see, the keyboard snaps at the bottom of the display. So that will give you a lot more screen real estate for the content on your phone. And let's go back home and open up web browser, and the same thing you can see for the internet web browser. There's no navigation bar at the bottom. And same goes for Instagram. There's no nav bar at the bottom and navigation is a whole lot easier with navigation gestures turned on. And by the way, the keyboard I'm using is SwiftKey keyboard. This keyboard is awesome. It's got a lot of customization features. You can download different themes. So I do prefer SwiftKey over Samsung keyboard. I think overall this one is much better. Also have gesture input. So now I'm going to give you some tips for the edge panel. The edge panel can be found over here at the edge of the screen. That's why it's called edge panel. You see this black line? I don't think you can see it. So if I bring it up over here, you guys will be able to see. So this is there by default. You don't have to enable it. But if you don't see this black line, make sure that you turn on edge panel from settings. So go to settings, tap on display, scroll down here to edge screen and turn on edge panel from over here. So now let's open up edge panels. Swipe like this and it will open up apps edge, and this is a part of edge panels. These are some app shortcuts, and by the way, edge panels is always available. So even if I open up an app, if I swipe like this, edge panel will be always available. Now from over here, what you guys should do is tap on this edit button and then remove apps that you don't want to show in the apps edge shortcuts. For example, I don't want Duo. Instead of Duo, I want Instagram because I do use Instagram a lot, so I'll put that over here. Actually, I'll bring Instagram down like this, and then I also want WhatsApp, so that's fine. Okay, so now I have added the shortcuts to my favorite apps to the apps edge, and I can use this apps edge to launch my favorite apps whenever I want. For example, I'm here in WhatsApp. I can just bring this apps edge and I can launch Instagram. I don't even need to go back to my home screen to launch Instagram. So if you're working in an app, you can just use this to launch your favorite apps. It kind of makes navigation around the phone a lot easier. So now let's go ahead and further customize the edge panels. So open up the edge panel first and then tap on this gear icon. And from over here, I want you guys to enable live messages. I want you to enable people edge. This is shortcuts to your favorite contacts. Then I want you guys to enable smart select. This is a very useful feature. I'll turn on weather, and then you have the compass. Also have music player controls. Also might want to enable that. So I think I'll leave it at that. And then I want you guys to tap on these three dots. Tap over here and then tap on edge panel handle. Now this gives you access to settings for the edge panel handle, which is over here, that black line that I talked about. Now from over here, you might want to change the size to large so that you don't miss the edge panel. The next thing you want to do is change the transparency from low to high. That will make the edge panel handle transparent. And this is very useful because when you take screenshots, that edge panel handle is always there in the screenshots, and making it transparent is a way that you don't include the edge panel handle in the screenshots. And we already know there's an edge panel handle over here. We don't need to see that black line in order to open up the edge panel. So let's go back to the settings and tap on these three dots and then tap on edge panel handle. And one setting I want to disable over here is move from any screen. Now if you turn this off, it will prevent the edge panel handle from being relocated all over the screen. And lastly, you can place the edge panel handle onto your left over here or onto your right. I do prefer having it on right, kind of gives a nice easy access. Okay, so now that we have properly configured the edge panels, let me go ahead and show you how amazing and useful these edge panels really are. So first, when you swipe like this, it opens up Apps Edge. So these are your shortcuts to these apps, customizable like I just showed you. So if you swipe once again, it opens up live messages. Now live messages is an awesome feature. You can actually write something or draw and it makes a little GIF or a MP4 movie. So let me try and show it to you guys. So tap over here, live messages, and we have a few options. You can take a picture from the camera, you can take a picture from gallery, you can take a picture from your collections. Let's go back and we will create a fresh one. Tap on color, then you might want to select something colorful. For example, let's select this one, and then we are going to tap start drawing. So now let's write something. Maybe you want to wish someone happy birthday, so, and maybe like draw a candle. Told you guys I'm terrible at drawing and that didn't go really well. So now I can just preview this and this is what the other person will see. So now I'm gonna tap on done and the phone is saving the GIF image. Wait for it. After you press done, your drawing or your message will be saved in the gallery in the form of a GIF or an MP4 image, and you can share this with whomever you want. So for example, I'm going to launch WhatsApp, gallery, media, I'm going to select this and send it over to my other phone, and I will see this animated GIF over here. And this is sort of a personal way you can wish your friends and family. So I can just play it back over here on the S10 Plus. Sort of a personal way that you can wish your friends and family. Cool, right? So that was live messages. Now let's move on and check out more edge panels. So the next one is the People's Edge. These are customizable. You can have your favorite contacts over here and just tap on the picture. You can call your friend or send them a text message right from over here. You don't need to go back to your home screen. You don't have to open up the dialer or the messaging app. You can do that right from over here. So now let's move on to the next panel. This is Smart Select. Now I'm gonna skip over Smart Select in the edge panels because there's a more advanced version available with the S Pen. I'll show you that in just a moment. If we move on, we have the weather app, then we have quick tools. Over here we have the ruler, we have compass, you can see it's actually working. Then we have torch, then we have the surface level if you want to check if a surface is level or not. Then let's move on, we have the music player. Then we are back to Apps Edge. So this was edge panels on the Samsung Note 10 Plus. The Galaxy Note 10 has an ability that allows you to extract text from any part of the screen, including from images that you see on Instagram. Now picture yourself in a situation, you like this quote and you want to send this quote over to your friend, but you don't want to send this image. You only want to send the text and you want to send it as a plain text, not as an image. What do? Well, take the S Pen out and this air command thing will open, and from over here select Smart Select, and now select the part of the screen which has the text that you want to convert into simple plain text, and that's it. And then tap on extract text, and as you can see, the phone will extract the text from the image and convert it into plain simple text that you can copy and send over to your friend. So for example, I can open up WhatsApp and I can paste that text over here and I can send this over, and you can also send this as a regular text message because this is not a photograph. So a brilliant little tool to extract text on your Samsung Note 10 Plus. And like I've said before, this works on any part of the screen which contains text. For example, I can also convert this into plain text. So again, Smart Select, and then I will highlight this, and when I tap on extract text, the phone extracts text from this screenshot. Brilliant little tool. It is recommended that you restart your phone once every week so that the phone maintains its optimal performance. Now here's a tip, you don't have to actually do that yourself. You can have the Note 10 Plus do that for you. So drop down the notification panel, press on that gear icon, scroll down here to the part which says device care, then press on these three dots and tap on auto restart. Now over here, turn this on. Now over here in schedule, select a day and time when you want the phone to restart. I want my phone to restart every Monday, so I'll deselect Friday, select Monday, and then 3 AM is fine. So before my day begins on Monday, the phone has had a chance to restart. And the phone will restart only when the screen is turned off and the phone is not being used. So yes, it will not restart when you're doing some work on it. So this option is very useful, make sure you turn this on. Do you know how to capture screenshots on the Note 10 Plus? On the previous Note 9, we used to press the volume down key and the power button together to take a screenshot. Now the Note 10 Plus does not have a dedicated power button. So how do you capture screenshots? Well, you swipe your palm like this on the screen and the phone will take a screenshot. Now if this feature does not work, drop down the notification panel, tap on that gear icon, scroll down here to advanced features, scroll down here to motion and gestures, and make sure palm swipe to capture is enabled. I think this is an essential feature of the Note 10 Plus because we do not have a dedicated power button on this phone. So you can just swipe your palm like this and the phone will capture a screenshot. If you want to use the camera flash as a torch, drop down the notification panel and here you have the torch option. Press on this and the camera flash will turn on. Now everybody knows that, but here's a bonus tip. Tap on these torch letters and that gives you the brightness control. And from over here you can control the brightness of the LED. So by default it's set to medium and you can turn it all the way up to level 5 and the torch is actually quite bright. And then press on done. What do you do if you want to change the orientation of your screen from portrait to landscape and back from landscape to portrait? Well, I think most people will drop down the notification panel and then disable the rotation lock, rotate their screen, and now as you can see the screen orientation has changed. Now there's a little problem with this. If you are holding your phone at a weird angle, say you're reading an article or watching a movie in the bed, this creates a problem because this will confuse the orientation sensor and the screen orientation will switch back and forth between landscape and portrait. Now to counter this problem, you can always go ahead and disable the rotation lock. Now the screen orientation is locked in landscape. Now you don't have to again and again drop down the notification panel, enable and disable the rotation lock. There is actually an easier way. So let me show you that. So first off, drop down the notification panel and set this option to portrait. And now when I change the orientation of my phone, you will see this little icon at the bottom. Just press on the icon and the screen orientation will change. And now the screen orientation is actually locked in place. Even if I bring my phone to portrait, you can see the orientation does not change. It kind of saves you an extra step of dropping down the notification panel and then enabling and disabling the rotation lock. Now if I want to bring the screen back in portrait, I'll just hold my phone like this and press on that icon once again and the screen is now back in portrait mode. Very useful feature if you often use your phone in your bed. Another question you guys might have is how do you rotate the home screen? You see, when I rotate my phone to landscape, there's no icon over there, and even if I disable the rotation lock, you can see the screen isn't really changing to landscape. So here's a tip. Long press on the home screen, tap on home screen settings and turn on rotate to landscape mode. And now when I rotate my phone to landscape, you will see that icon. Just press on the icon and the home screen will rotate to landscape and it will be locked in landscape. So even if I bring my phone back to portrait, it does not change. I think it looks quite good in landscape, so not bad. And whenever I open an app, the app will also open in landscape. Works only in supported apps. For example, Instagram does not support landscape orientation. If I launch Instagram, it will go back to portrait. If I go back home, the screen is again back in portrait. So you have to do that again to change the screen orientation. Do you guys know there's a built-in speech-to-text converter on your Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus? So open up the menu, tap on Samsung and tap on voice recorder. And this is the built-in voice recorder in the phone, and you can convert up to 10 minutes of speech into text. Make sure you select speech to text first. Also, you might want to change the spoken language from over here. I do prefer English UK, the phone is more accurate when I select that. So now when I press the record button, the phone will now convert my spoken words into plain text. And there you have it. Do you guys know you can set a video as your lock screen video wallpaper? Now Samsung phones have been doing this for a very long time, but if you are new to the Samsung universe, for example if you come from an iPhone or other Android devices, this feature might be new and you guys will absolutely love this. So first off, let's open up the gallery, and I'm just gonna select a video that I've shot with the Note 10 Plus, but you can select any video that you like. So I'm just gonna go to my camera videos and let's find a video which is shot in portrait mode. So this is the video that I'm going to select. So tap on these three dots, set as wallpaper. Now lock screen video only supports up to 15 seconds video, so it's asking me to actually edit the video. So just tap on edit and just cut the clip to 15 seconds. So I'm just going to select the first 15 seconds and then tap on done. Wait for the phone to save the cropped video. So once the video has been cut to appropriate length, just tap on set as wallpaper. And that's it. Let's go back home, unlock my phone, and when I wake my phone up, you will see that gorgeous video play in the background. And if I want to watch the entire video, I'll just keep my finger like this and the video will play in full screen. What a gorgeous display. Man, the Note 10 Plus has an amazing display. If you want to save some battery power, we have fantastic power saving features on the Note 10 Plus. So drop down the notification panel and here you will see a power mode option. If you don't see this in the notification panel, tap on the gear icon, scroll down here to device care, tap on device care, then tap on battery. And over here you have the power modes. Tap over here, and here by default the power mode is set to optimize, which is what I recommend keeping the phone on. But if you don't have your charger available, say you're out camping in the woods, then you might want to turn on maximum power savings. Now maximum power savings disables most of the applications on your phone, and it will set a dark theme if you don't have the night mode turned on. So let me go ahead and demonstrate this. So we will turn on maximum power savings and you guys will see the background data will be disabled. Always on display will be turned off. The CPU speed will be limited to 70%, -10 screen brightness, and the screen resolution will be set to HD from WQHD+. Tap on apply and you guys will see a lot of features on the phone will be disabled. And this is our home screen, and as you can see there aren't many apps available. So if I tap over here, I can add certain apps, but you can see Instagram is not available and most of the third-party apps are not there. I can actually add camera, so I can run camera, I can make phone calls, I can text message, and I can browse the internet. But again, most of the stuff is disabled to save battery power, because you see what happens, those apps will run in the background, and even when those apps are not active, they kind of drain your battery. So all the third-party apps are disabled, and you can see our estimated battery backup remaining is 4 days and 13 hours. So I think this is a very useful feature if you're going out on camping and if you don't have the charger available for your phone. Might want to turn on maximum power savings. And also you can see there aren't many settings available in the drop down notification panel. And if I tap on settings, and once again you can see this is simplified. So many phone features are actually disabled. So if you want to turn off power savings, just press this button and the phone will get back to normal. Oh, and one more thing. When you are playing video games, you might want to change the power mode to high performance to get the best performance out of your Note 10 Plus. So for my final tip, I'm going to launch the camera, and by the way guys, I'm going to make a separate video showing you guys different features of the camera and give you some tips and tricks, so do stay tuned for that video. Sometimes what will happen is when you are clicking selfies, you might have the right hand on the other person's shoulder, and that creates a problem because my left hand cannot reach the camera shutter button. So in this case, what you can do is take the camera shutter button out like this, and this is called floating camera shutter button. And now I can put my right hand on the other person's shoulder and click a selfie using this floating camera shutter button. And you can place this floating camera shutter button wherever you want according to your convenience. See how convenient it is taking pictures with this floating camera shutter button? So yes, this will come in very handy if your right hand is not available to click selfies. So guys, that was a rundown of 40 features and tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So I hope you find this video helpful. I know this video is a little bit long. I always get carried away when I'm making these kind of videos because I really enjoy making them. Hope you've enjoyed. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the Note 10 Plus and I will see you guys next time.